Hey everybody, I have alluded to this before, but we did actually do something kind of exciting. So we're going to have an indoor flea market booth, and here we are setting it up the first night. I've just been kind of bringing lots of furniture, shelves, tables, things like that, back and forth between, the storage unit in here, which is great. It's only a couple minutes away. So I didn't film anything yet, but I thought I would show you guys just a little preliminary. Here's sort of what it looks like in process sort of deal. A couple hours of just bringing stuff in. And there's a couple little random things here, but of course, we'll show you what it's set up like when we've actually got all of our items in here. But for now, this is what our booth is going to look like. So here we go. It's a decent size. I don't know what the actual dimensions are, but good size room for sure. So we're gonna have a little table over here, some VHS and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a little like video game section and whatnot, a place for us to sit. And then just, some other areas here where we get some things, nice bookshelf and stuff, a couple of tall shelves there with some stuff. And honestly, it's, looks like a complete mess right now, but it will look nice. So over the next couple of days, when we actually get things set up, we'll keep you posted, and we'll vlog our first weekend in sales and kind of see how it goes. All right, welcome back. It is a couple days later. I'm sitting in my basement here because I'm going through all my video game stuff for the booth. So yeah, I would have showed you just a couple of clips there of, things semi set up kind of deal. What the booth looks like without items in it now, obviously. The processing begins of items to actually fill that booth so we can sell things and make some money. Excuse me. Just had a little sip of coffee and it is not agreeing with me. But anyway, you didn't tune in for that. Real quick, here's a picture we had done of Marley and Dylan, our other kitty, who passed away 3 years ago. But Marley was at the vet today just for a regular checkup and stuff. And she is 19 and a quarter. And she is gaining weight and is super healthy and all the rest. So that was pretty cool. And I just realized that you guys could probably see a little bit of that picture. So I figured I'd give you that info. In any case, I'm working on video game stuff, like I said. So the last couple of days, it's really been just figuring out what out of my collection, which was filling all of that, and then some that I wanted to sell. I have settled on a lot of the stuff that's on the table here. So I've got, basically I've realized that I'm going to sell all my regular NES stuff, Super Nintendo stuff, GameCube, Genesis, N64, and then select items from other consoles. And the reason why I'm selling all of the, including the consoles of the early stuff, is because I've got an EverDrive for the N64, so that has every single game preloaded, and I can, save and play every game. And it's, it's like an actual Nintendo cartridge that goes into the console. I'm still playing on authentic hardware. Like I've got an N64 console. So I've got that. And then I'll show you over here. I've got the Super Nintendo Mini, which has the program Hack Chi on it. So I actually went in there and modded my SNES Mini with a program and added the entire libraries of, there's Sega Master System, Sega Game Gear, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. That might be it. I didn't put any N64 on it because I've got the EverDrive for that, and I don't think I put anything any newer than that. But in any case, I don't need all of these actual physical ones because I've got everything on that modded SNES Mini, and obviously I can emulate and stuff too. Yeah, it's cool being a collector, but I still feel good about that SNES Mini because even though it's modded, it is an official Nintendo product. I feel like, it's a little more authentic and stuff like that. So in any case, doesn't matter. I'm just getting everything all ready to go. I've got my binder here where I've been, writing everything down and what I'm kind of expecting to get for it, putting price tags on everything, and, getting ready to go. So I'll be boxing things up, getting everything down at the unit. Tomorrow is the evening that we actually go down and put all of our items down there and get everything set up. And then Saturday morning will be the will be day one. So we'll see how it goes. All right, it's quite a few hours later now. I've just been chilling down here in my basement, had some food, blah, 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 you know, life, whatnot. I've done quite a bit. So yeah, my table is pretty full. I'm going to tally it up at some point here and figure out what I got, but I am probably sticker price, got somewhere around like $2,500, $3,000 worth of video game stuff here. So we'll see what happens. Actually, it might even be more than that, to be quite honest with you. I'll probably tally it up at some point, like once I got things in, in place and whatnot. But honestly, even if I'm just selling like some of this every weekend, I mean, the reality is I've had these games for a long time, a lot of them, and a lot of them I have never played. And I've made a schedule for myself, like figuring out what games I want to play. Like I've really got a whole bunch of like RPGs, like role-playing games and stuff that I've been wanting to play for years and years. Sometimes even like, a decade plus, and I've just never gotten to them. So I pretty much made myself like a gaming schedule for the next like 2 years, 2.5 years. And, assuming how long it would take me to finish each game and stuff. And like none of these games are even on that list. So, reality is I'm probably not even playing most of these games till like 2030. So I can sell them off. If I ever want to buy something back later on, I will. But for now, it's all about making some money, pay down some debts and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, this is what I've been doing. My shelves over there are definitely looking emptier. Pretty much my entire retro side is gone. About half of those guides are going to go as well. So making some room. I'll have plenty of room here to do some other stuff in my little setup down here. But in any case, just thought I'd show that little clip, and we'll catch up again probably at the booth. All right, we are partially through bringing our stuff in, so just a quick little progress shot. We got a little VHS corner set up, but we got our little table and stuff. Anyway, we got a few things in here now. We got some like vintage cookbooks and stuff, and some cool like vintage items over there. Still got lots here to process, and still I don't have any of the video games in yet. That's all going to go over here. But it's coming along. Got a couple shelves up. Some of these vintage items are up now, which is cool. And yeah, we're gonna have curtains as well, which is nice. And then I'm also gonna just drape curtains down over the video game stuff. Like, I just feel more comfortable. I know this place is locked up and stuff, but there is a window, so if someone's like peeking through and saw a whole bunch of video game stuff, I mean, technically they could break in or something. If it's covered up, at least it's out of mind a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool. Can't complain. You guys will probably hear some noise. There is a karate class that's happening over through there, so the place is rattling pretty good. So we're not going to put any delicate breakables up on the top shelf, but yeah, anyway, a little bit of a progress report. We'll catch up again in a bit. All right, definitely not a perfect setup, but got the video games and stuff set up here. I mean, obviously I'll have the tops off so people can see what they are and stuff, when we're actually open up. But and then if anybody wants to get to these and actually take it down and see what's in them, they can obviously just pull it down on top of the VHS and go through it. Then yeah, just a few little odds and ends. Jamie's got the this side pretty pimping. Looks pretty good. Alright, so it is a beautiful day. Just finished up day one of the booth, and there was a festival going on in a neighboring community, which I think we kind of knew that today was going to be really slow. And it was, but I mean, we still made $120 in 4 hours, which, yeah, isn't like huge money or anything, but this whole booth only cost us $140 for 5 weekends, and we've already just made $120 in the first day, so that's good. You know, that's pretty much paid for. So what I'm gonna do now is just walk home. Jamie took the car home a little earlier, get some stuff done, especially where it was so slow. So I'm gonna go home, have a bite to eat, and then tomorrow opens back up again from 10 to 3, and it should be much better then. So we will give you guys another update tomorrow, but very exciting. Sold some video game stuff, and yeah, I mean, I made a good contact with the guy too. So he bought about $100 worth of stuff from me, video game related, but also you know, said that he's probably going to end up coming back in a couple weeks time, but got my contact info and stuff because there's certain stuff he's looking for. Stuff I know I don't have at the booth, but do have at home. And he's gonna, you know, get back to me. We'll work something out. Probably have another deal that happens outside of the booth or whatever. So can't complain. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good morning. We are back at my place. Weird lighting and angles and stuff. Here, let me sit up a little bit straighter. Anyway, at my house. Sorry about this. It's a couple days after day 2 of the booth, and so the booth definitely was a success. I didn't film anything at the booth on day 2 because really, you know, what can I film other than just being like, oh, hey, look, hi, customer, I'm recording this. I don't want to do that, of course, but it was cool. The guy that I talked about in the last clip, he did come back and buy more stuff. He spent another $100, and then also another $10 game he bought from me. He met me at my ball game the next day. So, yeah, one that I didn't have down there at the booth, but that he asked if I had. And, you know, if I'd sell it to him. So I was like, yeah, all right, sure. So anyways, you know, huge success, like $210 worth of stuff sold in video games just to that one guy. I think probably another like $50 worth of stuff or whatever sold, which was nice as well. But you know what? It worked out really well. So we've already made our money back, obviously, for the booth, the rental for 5 weeks. So 5 weekends, 10 days. It worked out to $140. So $14 a day is all I had to make to break even. And yeah, I'm at like $260 some or something like that in total. So that was really good. And then I also wanted to mention that we have a guy kind of in the booth next to us that, you know, I talked to a little bit. He's one of the guys that I kind of talked to get a feel for the place and get a feel for whether or not it was worth it. You know, asked him what kind of stuff sells. And when he said that video game stuff sold, you know, that's when I was like, okay, this will be worthwhile. He actually came in near the end of day 2 and was like, hey, man, you're the video game guy. Obviously, you know more about the stuff than I do. I've got this tote of games that I found here, you know, at the bottom of my unit. And I've had them for a long time. I know most of them are just like cheap sports titles and stuff. You know, do you have any interest in them? I looked through it. There was like 41 games. And honestly, you know, most of it was very, very, yeah, like PS3 sports games was like 33 of them or something like that. But then I saw a few games that were like, okay, you know, this could be worth in the 5 to 10 sort of range. Maybe this one's a $15 to $20 game. So, you know, if I sell these few games, I've got my money back. And then the rest, I don't know, maybe I just lock them up with a PS3 sometime, or I put $1 a piece on them and just, you know, slowly make some money back over time. But in any case, we made the deal at $30 because I was like, you know what, honestly, you know, as I was looking through, it was like, these are mostly sports games for PS3. I really don't want most of this. He's like, well, okay, how about less than $1 a piece, you know, $30 for the 41 games. It's like 75 cents a piece. I was like, you know what? that's cheap enough. I can't say no. So we did that. And then afterwards, I noticed that there was actually a really good game in there. So Guitar Hero Smash Hits for the Wii. I didn't even notice it at first. But as I was going through the tote and really taking things out and, getting a feel for what was in there, I saw it and was like, oh, okay, this is bonus. Like, that's great, because I know that game itself can sell for like $50. Now, the only problem is it is really scratched up. I've got to test it out in my console and stuff, but I think even if it's like, really scratched up, and as long as it works, I should still be able to get on the low end, which is like probably 40 some dollars. So that'll pay for the tote after fees and stuff as it is. So yeah, anyway, I mean, he was happy. He made some money there. He cleared out some stuff that he just kind of had. I mean, a lot of this is complete junk, and it will take some time to sell, but that's all right. And then one other thing I wanted to mention before I get into the rest of this video here is that while I was away down in my booth, I have really spotty cell service down there. So it's, it's not a great place to be doing things like listing and stuff, which was kind of my intent. And it's not even a great place to go on there and like, check notifications or, send out offers on eBay or anything like that. Excuse me. Sometimes it really, sometimes even just to load up Poshmark or whatever, like it really just spins and takes a while to load up, like really poor service area. So over the weekend, though, I calculated that I actually made 5 sales over the weekend using Posh Sidekick, where, that person, they liked something, I automatically sent out an offer using Posh Sidekick, they accepted my offer, and I made the sale. While I was sitting down there during those 9 hours in total, making those 5 sales for about $130, $140, I think it was in total. I mean, who's to say? Maybe I would have made those sales anyway had I come home later that day, sent out the offers to likers manually, a few hours later. Maybe they still would have accepted, but I like having that automation do it at 15-minute intervals because it's still fresh on people's minds. So I feel like personally it definitely makes a difference, and it was worth it to me. Maybe I only would have made a couple of those sales because they would have just went and bought something else and used their budget for the day. Maybe I would have gotten them all, who knows, but for me that's a huge convenience factor. So yeah, just another perk of having that, so I thought I would plug it. Yeah, all right, well, that's that. I'm going to wrap it up here. The booth has been a huge success so far. Obviously, we're already well in the money, and I've got 8 more days at the booth that, excuse me. And yeah, so I've got 8 more days at the booth that I can just be making all profits. And yeah, I'm selling off a lot of my own video game collection and whatnot, but I'm getting good value. I'm still making deals, but I'm getting good value for these things, as much as I'd be making after fees if I sold it online. So this way it's just kind of in person, easy peasy. You don't have to worry about any of the BS that goes along with some of the selling platforms, customers making false claims and stuff like that. So I love it. Anyway, that's it. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and hopefully you enjoyed this little bonus video on a Tuesday, and we will see you next time. Peace.